Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before we jump into the coding part, let's take a quick look at what we're going to build today. This is a premium neon 3D split hero section with a modern Glassmorphism Navigation Bar, built completely using HTML and CSS. As you can see, the navigation features a beautiful frosted glass effect, smooth hover animations, glowing active indicators, and a stylish gradient call to action button. The hero section includes a bold gradient heading, clean typography, a floating showcase image, and subtle neon glow effects that give the entire interface a premium look. The layout is fully responsive, and on smaller screens, the navigation transforms into a smooth animated mobile menu for a seamless user experience. The best part is that everything is built from scratch using only HTML and CSS. No Bootstrap, no frameworks, and no external UI libraries. So, if you're ready to build this modern interface step by step, let's get started. Now let's move into Visual Studio Code and start building this project from scratch. I've already created a project folder called Neon 3D Split Hero and Navigation. Inside this folder, I have 3 files ready: index, HTML, style.css, and the hero img.jpg image that we'll use in the hero section. We'll begin by creating the HTML structure, then we'll add the CSS styling, animations, and finally make the entire layout fully responsive. So, let's get started. Let's start by creating the basic HTML structure for our project. First, I'll add the HTML5 boilerplate with the required meta tags. Then, I'll set the page title and link the external CSS file. With the basic setup complete, we're ready to build the navigation and hero section. Now, I'll import the Plus Jakarta Sans font from Google Fonts to give the interface a clean and modern look. First, I'll add a background glow element and create a wrapper to hold the entire layout. Now, let's build the navigation bar. First, I'll create the navigation container and add the brand logo. Next, I'll add the navigation menu with home, showcase, features, and pricing links. On the right side, I'll create a modern Get Started button. Finally, I'll add the hamburger menu icon using 3 span elements, which we'll use later for the responsive mobile navigation. Next, let's build the hero section. I'll start by creating the main content area with a bold heading and highlight the word Creators using a separate span element. Below that, I'll add a short description to introduce the interface. Finally, I'll create an image container and insert the hero image to complete the split layout. Now, let's move to the CSS and define some global styles. I'll start by creating a root section to store reusable variables for colors, transitions, and shadow effects. This makes the style sheet cleaner and much easier to maintain. Next, I'll apply a CSS reset by removing the default margin and padding, and set the box sizing property to border box for consistent sizing across all elements. Finally, I'll style the body by applying the Plus Jakarta Sans font, setting a dark background, adding the primary text color, preventing horizontal scrolling, and creating a subtle grid pattern to give the page a modern futuristic look. Next, I'll create the main wrapper and use Flexbox to align the major sections of the layout. Then, I'll style the wrapper to organize everything in a clean vertical structure. Finally, I'll add a soft radial glow in the background to give the interface a modern neon effect and create more visual depth. Now, let's style the navigation bar. I'll give it a modern Glassmorphism effect using a semi-transparent background and a strong blur filter. Next, I'll add rounded corners, a subtle border, and soft shadow effects to create more depth. Finally, I'll apply a smooth slide-down animation, giving the navigation bar a clean and premium appearance when the page loads. Next, I'll style the logo to make it bold, clean, and easy to recognize. Then, I'll add a small gradient dot with a soft neon glow to give the brand a modern identity. These simple details make the navigation look more premium and visually appealing. Now, let's style the navigation menu. First, I'll remove the default list styling and add a small gap between each navigation item to create a clean layout. Next, I'll style the navigation links by setting the font size, font weight, spacing, and text color. I'll also add smooth transitions so every interaction feels polished. To make the menu more interactive, I'll create a custom underline using the after pseudo element. This underline uses a glowing gradient and stays hidden by default. When the user hovers over a navigation link, the text color changes, a soft glow appears, and the animated underline smoothly expands into view. Finally, I'll highlight the active navigation item using the same glowing accent color, making it easy for users to identify the current page while keeping the overall design clean and modern. Next, let's style the call to action button and the mobile menu icon. I'll give the button a vibrant gradient background with rounded corners, bold typography, and a soft glowing shadow to make it stand out from the rest of the navigation. To make the interaction feel more premium, I'll add a smooth hover animation that slightly lifts the button while increasing the glow effect. Now, let's create the mobile menu toggle. By default, it will remain hidden and only appear on smaller screens. Using 3 simple span elements, I'll build the hamburger icon and add smooth transitions so it can animate beautifully when the menu is opened or closed. With these styles in place, both the call to action button and the mobile menu are ready for the next responsive section. Now, let's style the hero section. First, I'll create a clean split layout with enough spacing to keep the content balanced and visually appealing. Then, I'll style the left content area and add a smooth fade-in animation as the page loads. Next, I'll design the main heading using responsive typography and highlight the keyword with a vibrant gradient effect to make it stand out. Finally, I'll style the description with a softer text color, comfortable line spacing, and a maximum width to improve readability and create a clean, modern appearance. Next, let's style the hero image container. I'll add a subtle gradient border, rounded corners, and soft shadow effects to give it a premium glass-like appearance. Then, I'll apply smooth entrance and floating animations, making the image feel more dynamic and visually engaging. Finally, I'll make the image fully responsive by setting its width to 100% and using Object Fit to maintain a clean, consistent look across different screen sizes. At this point, the desktop layout is complete, but as you can see, it doesn't adapt properly on smaller screens. The navigation, spacing, and overall layout need to be optimized for mobile devices. In the next step, we'll add responsive styles using media queries to ensure the interface looks clean and works smoothly on every screen size. Now, let's make the hero section responsive. When the screen width becomes smaller, I'll switch the layout from 2 columns to a single column for a better mobile experience. I'll also center the content, adjust the spacing, and increase the description width so everything remains clean, balanced, and easy to read on tablets and smaller devices. Next, I'll adjust the navigation for smaller screens. I'll reduce the padding and border radius to make the navbar more compact. Then, I'll hide the call to action button and display the hamburger menu, creating a clean and mobile-friendly navigation layout. Now, let's style the mobile navigation menu. I'll position it below the navigation bar and apply a Glassmorphism background with a blur effect, rounded corners, and soft shadows to match the overall design. By default, the menu will remain hidden using opacity and visibility, and when the active class is added, it will smoothly slide into view. Finally, I'll arrange the navigation links in a vertical layout, center align the text, increase the clickable area, and slightly adjust the underline position for a cleaner mobile experience. Finally, I'll animate the hamburger menu icon. When the menu opens, the first and third lines rotate to form a close icon, while the middle line fades out for a smooth transition. I'll also add a small media query for extra small screens by reducing the logo size, ensuring the navigation remains clean, balanced, and easy to use on every device. Before we add the JavaScript functionality, let's preview the mobile menu. For now, I'll temporarily remove the hidden properties so the menu stays visible on the screen. This allows us to clearly see its layout, spacing, Glassmorphism effect, and overall design before making it interactive. Once everything looks good, we'll restore these properties and connect the menu with JavaScript. Finally, let's create the animations for our interface. The navigation bar slides down smoothly when the page loads, while the hero content and image fade in from opposite directions. To complete the effect, I'll add a subtle floating animation to the hero image, making the overall design feel more modern, dynamic, and visually engaging. Now, let's preview the animations in action. As the page loads, the navigation bar smoothly slides into place, while the hero content fades in from the left. At the same time, the hero image enters from the right and continues with a subtle floating animation, adding more depth and movement to the design. These simple animations make the interface feel smoother, more modern, and visually engaging without affecting performance. Let's move the JavaScript Now, I'll create a simple toggle function that switches the navigation menu between open and closed states by adding and removing the required CSS classes. Now, let's make the mobile menu interactive. I'll add a click event to the hamburger icon, which toggles the menu open and close. Then, I'll add click events to each navigation link, so the menu automatically closes after a link is selected. This creates a smooth and user-friendly mobile navigation experience. And that's it! Our Neon 3D split hero and navigation is now complete. As you can see, the interface features a premium Glassmorphism Navigation Bar, smooth hover effects, glowing gradients, and a clean split hero layout. The entrance animations and floating hero image add depth, while the responsive mobile menu ensures a seamless experience across different screen sizes. Everything in this project is built using only HTML, CSS, and a small amount of JavaScript, making the code clean, lightweight, and easy to customize for your own projects. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what UI design you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.